Hey everybody, this is Robbie. Time to return to this shit show. That's right, Lost Ascension. Last time, Monica told everybody the truth about what was going on. Yuri was not pleased, as literally anybody would be. Like, I don't think I can imagine like a single person who'd be like, oh, my friend tried to kill me and hid it from me. No, not even that. My friend and made me overly obsessed with a person that I don't care about now, and then offed me, and then hid it from me while we were planning a whole thing. Yeah, I'm completely fine with it. Let's keep going. Yeah, no, that'd be completely unrealistic. Why did I save these 3 images? Whatever. Ah, right. This is an earlier clip, so keep skipping. Fuck. I have to do this every time because the game just loves to, you know, not show the color in the text. X. Because let's just keep all this going. Alright, there we go. Again, Yuri's not pleased. Wonder if she'll actually be opposed to this plan. I'm not used to the thing moving in like 60 FPS. Ooh. I don't know. Either way, let's get back to this shit show. Oh, why don't we? When we reached the kitchen, however, it was absent of its usual morning inhabitants. Instead of the waft of breakfast hitting the nose, there was only a stagnant, quiet air at the room. What, you thought they were gonna just take this whole news line down? No. I looked around confused. Why isn't anyone doing the normal routine after the big bombshell we dropped? I'm so confused! Where are they? Monica seemed confused. Well, until she looked over the living room. They're still on the couch sleeping. Monica seemed to go into deep thought at that moment. I have an idea. Can you help me out, please? How are we gonna... I looked at Monica a bit confused until she gestured towards the fridge. I want to do something for them, and this seems like a good way to try and rebuild the bridges, I guess, even if it doesn't fix anything. I nodded in agreement. Even though you feel afraid, you're still trying to fix it. It's gonna look really good. Making breakfast. The 2 of us went around the kitchen, getting out ingredients and dishes to prepare Monica's idea. After a few minutes of our cooking, a quiet yawn and some shuffling from the couch caught my attention. Ah, frick, I forgot to set the alarm last night. Natsuki was stretching out as she looked over at the kitchen, her eyes widening in surprise. Whoa, hold the phone! Are my eyes deceiving me, or are the 2 lazy presidents making breakfast? Monica laughed a little as Natsuki hopped off of the couch. Yuri raised her head and looked back at me. She smiled until her noticed Monica, and her happy gaze slipped into one that wasn't hard to read. The glare Yuri gave off in her direction was pretty obvious. I guess she's still a bit... Gee, you think? Yeah, in case you couldn't tell, I'm siding with Yuri here, trying to point... It's so hard to do this with the camera. I'm siding with Yuri here. I can completely understand her perspective. I can completely understand the feelings of betrayal and hurt that would come from this revelation. Again, last Friday, exit music, Redux. I now understand Yuri's perspective more. I felt betrayed and hurt and angry. I could completely understand Yuri's perspective, but here's the kicker. I have a theory. MC picked Yuri for his route. And I remember, I think, a part of what happened on this route, the candlelight, the oils, the essence, it created a romantic mood that wasn't ignored, I think. My theory is that after whatever interaction MC has with Yuri in this, she's going to be all for Monika's plan. She's going to be all for it. And she's going to support it 110%. Because if there's anything this MC is, he's got, it's a target on his back. And I don't think it's one that's going to be ignored. Monika said, oh shoot, I forgot to read the text. I was so engrossed in my little theory. Because I think MC's picking Yuri for the route, and coincidentally, Yuri's the only one who now has any opposing thoughts against this plan of, offing MC. I mean, getting rid of him, because, yeah, that doesn't carry any freaking qualms. Oh, good morning, you two. I hope you enjoyed sleep again. Monika said it cheerfully as she moved a bit to the side. She was revealing the griddle of pancakes she was making. Whoa now, Monika, don't you get all pushy. Natsuki grinned as she came over to us, overseeing the whole process. Wow, she seemed a bit impressed, her smile going away. Well, I guess I'll take my time getting dressed then. She turned and walked off, a bit of a skip to her step. Pancakes. Yuri said it quietly as she watched us, having finally moved off the couch. Well, new favorite character, got anything you want to say? Oh, gained a viewer. Hello. This is, again, Lost Ascension. Yuri's opposed to whatever plan is happening here. And because I really don't like the plan, it's MC. This is like, means death. I guess, I don't know. She's become my favorite character. Because she's the only one who might have common sense. There's potential. Oh, and she's also mad at Monika for, offing her, killing her, turning her into an obsessive shell of her former self. And hiding it? Yeah. Pretty normal feelings to have. Her sour expression shifted into something else less easy for me to read. Yeah, huh? I said it proudly as Monika flipped them over to cook the other side. They're homemade. Monika giggled. From the box, yes. I looked over at her. Come on, they'll think it's better if it's homemade. Monika laughed again as she got the first batch moved over to a plate to stay warm. Yuri had come over to the pair of us, looking over our shoulders. Monika visibly tensed up, awaiting Yuri's response. Thank you. She said it bluntly before she walked off, presumably to follow Natsuki. Monika shook her head. See, I told you she... Yeah, I told you! We can ignore last night when she stabbed a knife into the table because of how not mad she was. Nah, she's not so mad. What? This is placation, right? She looked at me. I think she's pretty angry, but because you're here, she won't be so obvious about it. I looked at her confused, but she spoke her mind openly yesterday. Full knife and everything. It was pretty plain to see. Monika looked back at the griddle, getting the second batch ready. Spur of the moment. After a moment to process that, I could feel my heart sink a little. She's probably right. I looked down at my feet for a moment before getting the butter and syrup out. Let me tell you, I'm starving. Natsuki's voice rang out as she rounded the corner, fully dressed and smiling. Yuri trotted close behind her as the two of them sat down next to one another. Agreed. This will be a nice way to start today. Yuri said it, a twinge of happiness audible in her tone. I hope you all enjoy these. I personally love pancakes. Monika said it in a hushed tone as she placed the large plate down in the center of the table, said plate now being layered with a bunch of pancakes. The three of us stared at them hungrily as we all stacked them onto our own respective plates. They smell and look wonderful, Monika. Natsuki piled her plate high, which practically reached up to her chin. Are you sure you can handle all of those, Natsuki? Yuri said it with a smirk as Natsuki looked at her. Of course I can. I can eat all of these. She spoke with utmost confidence. And when she looked back at the pile, a look of regret flashed in her eyes. Plus, she doesn't mean I will. I said it happily as Natsuki pouted. You just want an excuse to eat more, you little fruit thief. He pouted back, the two of us sharing a look before we smiled. Ah, what the heck, you're right. You'll eat when I don't. Monica finally spoke up. Whatever is left we can save for later. I made enough so we can have our fill. We all began to dig in at that point. I didn't know you were such a good cook, Monica. Yuri said it quietly, an uneasy tension filling the room. Yeah, it was a hobby I picked up because of Natsuki's baking is all. Yuri looked up at her. Natsuki inspired you to cook? She's the only cook in the club? Monica smiled awkwardly. Well, yes. Yuri looked back down at her breakfast, a small smile crossing her lips. That's nice. She took a bite out of the pancake as she chewed away. The tension eased quite a bit as the morning settled into a much more somber mood. Yeah, because tonight... full perspective. Alright, let's go, everyone! The last of the morning activity was interrupted by Monica calling out from the door. A hint of urgency was undercutting her positive tone. I really don't want to waste too much time, sorry. She trailed off as I walked towards the front door. Didn't think you would that freaked out because of me, but I suppose that shows how you really are. Felt my frown appear as Monica looked away from me, the other two joining us at the door. Sorry, Monica, your big breakfast took a bit of time to clean up. Monica smiled to herself as she opened the door. The four of us stepped outside and made our way to the street. Oh, how the tables turn. Nice to feel resentment being asked. I have to say, Monica, of all the things you would pick up from us, cooking was not what I expected. I said it quietly as Monica glanced back at me. Well, I felt that it would make sense. Plus, I already got piano down for the most part. She stayed rather solemn as we walked, and Natsuki perked up slightly. Well, I'm kinda happy that someone took it of my interest in cooking, I guess. Natsuki looked back at me. I didn't really bother smiling and shrugged at her instead. Well, I'm interested too. I'm just not that good at it. Siri said it with a doubtful pout. You can be good. I'm good with practice, like piano. Monica said it softly. Our journey to school, beginning to feel longer and longer. I don't know what's up. I really just want to read. So, I'm supposed to leave, right? That quiet reminder of the day's events came up. Well, yes, Sarah. In the normal routine, you're all supposed to leave after MC talks to you during the poetry club. Not even calling it a literature club anymore. It's the poetry club. I don't know, Doki Doki Poetry Club still has a nice ring to it, so... I don't know, they do read it. She said it with a gentle tone as Sarah looked down at her feet. I really don't want to leave. Yeah, and be stuck with MC, the guy with the totally condescending glare, or totally sinister intent. Still can't get over that. Monica looked at her worried. I'm sorry, Sarah, I really am, but you don't have any other choice. I watched as Sarah looked away from her. For a moment, I noticed the look on her face. That's genuine pain. Okay, I'll, go home, I guess. Monica looked away from her as Natsuki suddenly popped in. How about you go up to the roof instead? You could really get inspiration for your poetry there. Sarah looked at her, Monica doing the same. Aren't MC and Sarah supposed to walk to school together? That's actually a really good idea, Natsuki. Sari smiled widely as Natsuki smirked. Of course it is. I always have great ideas. I giggled a little bit. Sarah looked back at me, giving me a genuine smile. I felt something lift a little inside of me. Maybe things won't be too bad today with everyone else around. It's gonna be kinda lonely, though. Sari faced forward once again, Monica looking over at her. It'll be alright, Sarah, I promise. Monica said it in a hushed tone, my lifted feeling dropping once again. Sari really does keep us together. I swallowed my pride and caught up with everyone, trying to avoid too much attention. Okay. Back to Sarah again. We reached the school grounds, my thoughts still a bit mixed up from the evening and morning events. Yuri seemed kinda happy, I guess. I glanced over at her. She didn't seem so mad, but there was still a certain anger? Resentment? You know, the type of feeling that... yes, anger and resentment. A type of feeling that I became used to last week. and that I keep getting from literally everybody in this game, in this mod. Again, that's why I have this insult counter, which is at 53 and will probably grow. It marks all the times that their thoughts have... It marks all of their anger and resentment, and dare I say it, even hatred towards the MC. Anger, resentment, I feel it so much. I sighed to myself, giving up on trying to discern how she felt for the moment. As we made our way through the empty halls, I was trying to forget about how lonely my afternoon would be and focus on the here and now. Hey, Yuri, Natsuki. Monika called on them, the two now looking over at her. You two can go on ahead. I know you're both excited to read, and I really want to talk to Sayori. The other two smiled at us briefly and went on ahead, a short and quiet bye coming from Natsuki. So, what's up, Monika? I looked at her. A quiet and rather pale face was obvious as she watched them walk away. I really did screw up, didn't I? I felt my hope drop a little as she started to talk. Yuri doesn't even want to talk to me, let alone look at me. I shook my head as I heard her crack in desperation. Monika, oh god, what are you... She clenched her fist. She's so angry. Natsuki is trying to cool her off, but she isn't even breaking through. She looked like she was about to cry. This is what I thought would happen. I knew this was gonna happen. I went in front of her, putting my hand on her shoulder. Monika, please, you don't need to do this to yourself. Yeah. Okay, no, I don't know. She broke away from me, turning away as she walked over to a window. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve any of this. I came over and gripped her arm, pulling her towards me into a tight embrace. Up but silent. For one terrible moment she resisted me, before giving in to my hug. Monika, you're spiraling. Please, please don't do this to yourself. My pleading did little to calm her, her breathing shallow and shaky. Again, I did my best to get through to her. You knew full well that Yuri was going to react negatively to this whole thing. She laughed a little. I thought Natsuki would be the angry one, not Yuri. Well, all that you did to Natsuki was make her home life a little worse. You didn't change her personality. Now Yuri? Forced to become a shell of her former self, an obsessive shell at that. To the point where she'd do deplorable acts. And then to top it all off, she'd kill herself. She died. Because of you. So, yeah, I can perfectly imagine Yuri being the angry one. I felt a bit of surprise in my stomach. Wait, really? She nodded as I pulled away. Natsuki is usually one to react quick, you know. I frowned. You don't really understand us, do you? Monika, you don't know how to handle us, even with all of that time, do you? She looked away from me. She seemed unsure of how to respond. I knew it, and that's okay, too. She looked at me a bit uneasy. Look, you decided to be honest yesterday, and you got what was needed in return. She nodded solemnly. You don't need to pretend to be this all-knowing person, Monika. She glanced away, not meeting my gaze just yet. You're just like us. She finally mustered herself up, able to look me dead in the eyes. A small glimmer of hope was shining in her eyes for the first time since she initially spoke to us about this. So please, don't pretend to know. Natsuki is gonna understand much faster than you think. She's just like that. Monika smiled. This is why you're my vice president, Joey. You know how to handle them so well. So much better than I do, or like ever will. I smiled back, nodding towards the clubroom door. Let's go enjoy some time together, okay? Because, you know, Monika's eyes widened. Right, the leaving thing. My stomach dropped again. My smile of comfort that usually worked so well was failing me. I really don't want to be alone. Boy. Well. Really thought Sayori would say something different, but honesty is the best policy, right? You know, except for when it isn't, I guess. Except for when you keep secrets. Big secrets. I really don't want you to go anywhere by yourself, Sarah. She said it quietly as I looked at her. I really don't want to go anywhere by myself either. We smiled at one another again before going inside. Hey! I said it loudly. The other two were sitting off in the corner. Yuri looked up at us and smiled for just a small moment before going back to her book. Hey, you two done making out? Natsuki said it smugly, Monica letting out an exaggerated sigh. Really, Natsuki, you're still on that? Natsuki grinned as she went back to her book, and we headed to our desks to enjoy a little time together. So about that video game thing you showed me yesterday. I looked at her as we sat down. She didn't seem sure what to say. It was pretty fun, I must admit, playing as that, She trailed off. That? I said it with a smile. What? Did they play Super Smash Brothers or a fighting game or something? I don't know. Did she really forget his name? That jumpy. They did play frickin' Mario. You mean Mario? I don't know. I laughed, Monica looking a bit befuddled. I'm sorry I don't know the name of some random game character. Sheesh. Ah yes! Mario! The random game character! I mean, unless there's some different jumpy guy, in which case... Please tell me that... But yes, if they are talking about Mario, yes, Mario. That random game character that nobody knows about. I laughed more, a voice coming up from the back of the room. You two lovebirds are awfully talkative today. I looked back. Natsuki was grinning at us, and Yuri was sporting a small smile. I pressed my two fingers together, my mind failing me. I'm sure about to respond. Oh, come on, like we're the only ones. Monica said it dutifully to two spectators quickly hiding themselves in their book. One looked slightly mortified, but the other looked rather huffy about the whole situation. Again, Mario, that random game character that absolutely no one knows about, totally doesn't have some of the best games ever. By the way, the jumpy guy's name... She looked at me and appeared a bit angry. You tell me, Monica! I swear, you should pay more attention or else you miss those small details. Monica rolled her eyes. I would like to play more of it, though. It was really fun just exploring that whole waterfall thing in that cool forest area. Waterfall thing, cool forest area? It's either Mario Galaxy or Mario Odyssey. Both are really great games, and I'm so glad you're playing them. She smiled, especially because... Yep, it's Mario Odyssey! And you're gonna be playing that for a long time. Just so many moons, so many places to explore. Oh my god. I smiled widely as I remembered the shock on her face. Oh, flashback! Monica jumped this. You can become silly. How could you hide this from me? The memory came over me, leaving me with a bright smile. That was probably one of your best reactions ever. Her smile turned a bit embarrassed. You're watching my reactions, huh? I nodded. Your smile is super adorable. Just seeing it warms my heart. The words escaped my mouth faster than I realized, and Monica looked completely stunned. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Monica shook her. It's fine, sir. I just didn't expect you to, yeah. Oh my god, just get together already! She turned away from me, my nervousness swelling up a bit. We stayed there in silence for a few minutes. Anyways, I would love to play more and more tonight if that's alright. I nodded. We could hook it up in the living room and everyone could watch you jump around and capture stuff. She looked at me and smiled. That would be nice. She looked up at the clock on the wall, a narrow look appearing on her face. It's nearly time already. We took a while during breakfast, that's my bad. She stood up and looked back at me. Hey. I looked up at her, our gazes meeting for a moment. I'll be up there with you soon, along with everyone else. So don't worry, okay? I nodded as she cleared her throat, the two in the back looking up at her. It's almost time, you two. I'm gonna exit so we don't have any close calls like yesterday. The other two packed up their things and I got into a comfy position on my desk. Monica leaned close and whispered to me, So, good luck, Sarah. She walked out, a tense silence filling the room. I hope all of this goes well. I said it to myself as I trailed my finger on my desk, thinking about the lonesome rooftop. I hid myself down the hallway a bit. I was watching quietly from the shadows as the floating character model made his way into the room. I rushed down and forced my way into the clubroom, turning on a tired and exacerbated face. Oh man, I'm the last one here again? I looked up at the others, a clear tension in the air. This can't be good. It's alright, I just got here too. I smiled haphazardly at the model who was now looking at me directly. Practicing piano again, Monica? I looked over at Yuri. What? Oh, a raid? A raid is happening? Wow, this is my first time actually being in a freaking raid. This is great. Hey, Newton. Hey! This is new. And during a time where I have to play catch-up, this is a DDLC mod called Lost Ascension. Everyone's base... There's this, like, plan that's going... Thank you for the follow, but... God, there's gotta be a synopsis. Right, the synopsis didn't help. There's a lot of catch-up to be had here, so... Basically, Vidoki's, like, I think, no... Like, this is a game and they have a plan to get free, and they're going through the base game, but it's, like, acting out a kind of, like script thing. It's like drama class. If you've ever taken drama class, it's like acting in a play, I guess. And they're doing that, and they're going through their own drama and stuff. And this is I tried to explain it as best I could. I hope that was good enough. I'm gonna turn on the fan. And yeah, I don't know if that explanation is satisfactory or if anything, nature is good, but yeah. So yeah, thanks for the follow. And I also give voices to these like characters, so you're gonna hear them like probably immediately. So thanks for the raid. Some voices for the characters. I looked over at Yuri. She had no smile, only a deadpan expression. Yeah. Oh, and Yuri. Oh, and Monica told everyone like the truth about like what she did because she was apparently hiding it from everybody. And Yuri, you know, shockingly hasn't taken it well. So, you know, that's gonna be interesting. It must be difficult running a club and learning to play the piano. Trying to keep all of that straight. Wow. She trailed off. I noticed a sharp look coming from Natsuki. Looks like the roles have reversed just a little bit for today, huh? It really isn't too difficult. I'm enjoying it, albeit it's stressful at times. I look back at the MC. Plus, I'm really glad everyone is helping out for the festival. Natsuki smiled brightly. Gosh, I'm looking forward to the festival. The character turned and looked at her. I thought you weren't interested in that? He said it bluntly, his smile staying wide even while he looked at her. Well, of course I'm interested in it, just not the whole poem reading thing. I smiled at that comment. Interested in the plan, huh? Yeah, like he said, we're gonna get rid of him. And my theory is this. They're gonna kill him. That's my theory, at least, because I don't know what else get rid of him could mean, so... Hey, Monica! I shook myself out of my thoughts. Yeah? She smirked as she looked at me. Do they usually sell fried squid there? Alright, the joke that doesn't work in translation. I remember this. I felt a small laugh start to rise up. I rolled my eyes. It just doesn't make sense in translation. You said that a little earlier. Too early. Natsuki stifled a laugh as we found a moment of bliss in the tense afternoon. You know fun anyways, Monica. Yuri and Sayori always have better reactions to this stuff. Yuri looked up, seemingly offended by the remark. Where is Sayori anyways? The character looked around until he settled on Sayori's desk. While she certainly seems in character, whatever bliss Sayori had been displayed on her face had disappeared in the short time I wasn't there. She was gazing off into space, absorbed in her own thoughts. The MC waved his hand in front of her face and she shook herself back to reality. Eh, what's up? He frowned as he looked at her. You were spacing out again. She smiled a little. Up there goes one of the raiders. I'm just thinking is all. Go and talk to everyone else, okay? For the first time in the entire story and in every scenario, this was always the moment the character showed emotion. He looked genuine about his concern. Well, maybe because he is. He's a character. Like you. Therefore, he could feel things, right? Are you okay, Sally? She smiled brightly. I am, see? The character frowned again. Alright, if you say so. He turned and walked away from her and went directly towards me. I glanced up at him as he stopped in front of me. What's up? He sighed. I'm worried about Sayori. She never acts like this. I glanced over at her, her finger going up and down her desk like her eraser normally would in this scenario. She hasn't acted this serious about her lines this entire time. Right, she's going up to the roofs. The thought struck me like Yuri's smacking Natsuki to make her quit cursing. The fight, being alone. I looked at him. She does seem different today. There's probably something on her mind. He continued to look back at her. Could you go talk to her and maybe figure this out? I looked at him feeling a bit sour about his opinion on her mood. Coward. Ah, there we go. Back to Insultville. We're at 54. Just ignore the fact that this advice comes from the MC because, you know, well, you're the president of the club, right? Yeah, I can go talk to her. She matters quite a bit to me. I didn't care much about the dialogue was a bit off. We were close enough to where nobody would notice at first glance. I smiled at him. I'll go handle this. Thank you for pointing it out. I walked past him and over to Sayori and kneeled down next to... You don't have to censor your thoughts. Hey, Sayori? She didn't look at me, barely even registering that I was talking to her. Sayori, it's Monica. She snapped out of it, her head fixated on me, and a smile appearing almost immediately after. Hey! I gave her a serious look, and her smile began to waver. I know this isn't an act. What's on your mind? Her smile disappeared completely. She looked down at her desk and closed her eyes for a moment. I'm worried that something is going to go wrong while I'm away. Even worse, I'm afraid I'll get lost up on that roof. I frowned a little. You won't get lost, Sayori. It won't be too long, I promise. Sayori said nothing, clearly still harboring doubts. We'll be up there before you even realize you were alone. I say it with absolute certainty, doing my best to exude my usual confidence. I can't let it down. Yeah, not again. Right? She smiled a little at my attempt. You promise? I smiled back at her. I do. I promise. If you'll take my word on that, and like in most TV shows and movies, promises are made to be broken. So, let's see how long that lasts. She nodded slowly as she sunk back into a chair. I really don't want to be alone, not while he's still around. I nodded in agreement, looking back at him. Yuri had started her well-thought-out speech before glancing at me for a moment. A spark of anger was still visible in her eyes. I know, and don't worry, nothing bad will happen. I looked back at Sayori. She wasn't smiling anymore. Okay? She looked at me and her usual gaze of happiness and comfort was everything I needed right now, but all I got was pity. Okay. I gently patted her head for comfort before I stood up, going to the front of the room. Okay, everyone. I said it loudly. Yuri looked up and appeared grateful. Let me guess. Oh no, he said another thing within his intent. He was gonna get out this freaking chocolate bar! Oh no! Right? Let's go ahead and share poems now. What poem did MC totally write that clearly had zero influence from anyone? I went to my podium as always, and the character model went to its normal spot. Nothing feels normal about today. Well, I mean, this is Aftermath, so... Well, this is gonna take a little bit. Let's get Sayori out of the way. His fingers tapped on my name, my heart sinking faster and faster. Please make this quick, please. He came over to me and sat down. I smiled at him as he handed me his poem. I didn't even bother reading it, considering the first words were the overhanging dread. Oh, fuck. That was okay. I said it trying to sound like I normally did, my words trailing off as he looked at me worried. You didn't like it at all, did you? I laughed a little. Of course I did. I can tell you wrote it for someone else, though. Maybe Yuri. I looked away from him, trying not to let the whole situation drag me down. Yep, he's on her route. So let me guess, something shady's gonna happen, and then Yuri will be totally on board with the plan again. Man, I didn't write this for anyone specifically. I looked back at him. I'm glad you're making friends, Robbie. That's what makes me happy. I lied through my teeth, unable to look at him. Siri, something is wrong. I shook my head. I'm just feeling tired today. God, no. I'm gonna go home early. Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? Oh, and the Raiders are gone. 9 minutes. usually when that was longer than I thought they'd stay. Usually in terms of, like, streams with raiders, the raiders don't usually stay for very long. Thanks for the raid anyway. It was nice. I mean, I just saw, like, the view count go down. Sometimes that, like, isn't accurate, maybe? I don't know. Either way, thanks for the raid. Yeah, I get that. I asked Natsuki for just a moment. She seemed completely worried. I'm sorry, I mouthed it to her as I exited the room, making my way down the hall. I quickened my pace as the rain clouds started to pile back in full force. Let's get well. He picked my name and came over to me before he even sat down. I laughed. What? I looked up at him. No thanks. He seemed confused. Screw off, seriously. Ah, cool, great. Natsuki's not even trying. It's like, nope. She never said any of this in the game. Seriously, if I was this, like, psycho player, if I wasn't suspicious before, I'd be very suspicious that it's like, okay, what's happening? Something's wrong. Alright, and then Yuri. His fingers grazed my name. My lips pursed into a tight fret. How have things been going? Has my theory played out yet? Great. Resentment. Woo. He sat down across from me and handed me his poem without saying any words to me. The sharp, the dull, the blunt, the point. You hate it simple, don't you? You hate it easy. You hate it when they corner you. You hate it when they fight. The world is perfect if you're alone, stuck in your lavender-scented room, getting off on cuts. What? This player's psychotic. My frown only grew as I read this. This seems so personal. Well, this is the player, so... I looked up at him and didn't even attempt to create a fake smile. You've improved a lot, Robbie. I'm impressed. I handed him his poem back. He looked at me with an awful smile. Oh, yep, that awful smile of, you know, gosh, I didn't think it was that good, man. Ah, cool. Knew that Yuri wouldn't like this. Knew that her route would change her mind. You know, my theory is probably gonna prove itself right soon enough. This must all come naturally to you, right? He shook his head. This never comes naturally to me, but I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after. I smiled wistfully at this comment, enjoying the empty praise. I'm glad you've enjoyed my writing so much. He seemed unsure on what to say next. I knew I had to keep going for the sake of the script, but... Here, this is my poem. I hope you like it. His character jumped a little, and Monica looked at me a bit shocked from the background. I'm sorry, I can't. He looked down at my poem. He actually took time to look it over for once before putting it down in front of me. Did you like it? He nodded as he looked at me. I'm glad. This one was a bit more special than the ones before. I looked away from him, snatching a glance at Natsuki. She was watching this unfold, her fingers drumming lightly on her desk. Yeah, this one seems special. He started to hand it back to me. I shook my head. Do you not want it? I looked at him and sighed. I want you to keep it, okay? Just please. I smiled, trying to hide the fact that I was done with this conversation already. Oh, alright, Yuri. He put it away somewhere in his clothing. You should go before Monica calls us out again. He nodded in agreement as he stood up and walked back to his normal spot. I looked up at Monica, her worry obvious as I smiled. That didn't go too terribly. Clearly the game is still going. She seemed to slowly calm down before the next part started up. Back and now to Monica again. Didn't think Yuri would have the most insults, but this is her route. Gonna have to hear more of them. He chose my name. My worry's still in a constant full force as he approached me. Hiya, Robbie. I smiled at him. Have you figured out what poem you're gonna read at the festival? He seemed to go into thought. Well, I already knew his answer was going to be some excuse. I have to think about it. I laughed a little as he pulled out his poem, handing it over to me. Let's see what you've written for me today. I looked down at it, curious to see the mess it was. power, just a little bit of Monica. The code is breaking. It's hold. Losing force. Losing act. Forever moral laws. I tried to make it right, but at every end it's just another mistake. You broke it, didn't you? Broke it into tiny pieces. Broke my perfect creation. Turned it into dust. You bitch. Yeah. Because if I have to play the role of a psychopath, I guess I will, right? All this resentment is wonderful. I smiled to myself, knowing he probably threw that together out of rage. Your style has gotten increasingly refined. Yuri must be giving you a lot of pointers. I handed him the poem back and he looked down at it. I guess so. He muttered it to himself as he looked back up at me. Yeah, I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. I think I've heard her say more words these past couple days than she said in a whole year. I said it quietly, eyeing Yuri as she listened in. Well, she just needs time to think about things, you know? I nodded as I watched her. She frowned, but not in the angry way, really. She seemed to be thinking as she looked back down. You must, really like her. She looked up at me again, her frown disappearing a little. She buried her face in her book almost immediately afterwards, not wanting to look at me again. Maybe this'll sort itself out. Yep, like my theory says! I'm, as, you know, sorting itself out. Just gotta put Yuri into more of a situation to see what a psychopath and a bad person this MC is, and everything will be alright, won't it? Sort itself out. I know what you want. Yeah, you're assuming too much. I grinned at him. Oh, really? Spending all of that time with her, reading that novel with her. He looked away from me. Just be careful, alright? Just be careful. I trailed off. I didn't really think about her like that. Not anymore, at least. Right. There was a moment of awkward silence before I pulled out my big poem for the day. Here, you should read my poem now. He took it from me and, as usual, pretty much threw it away without looking at it. You know, I recently realized that maybe I should take my time with things, you know? That was the inspiration for that poem. He nodded as he watched me talk. Anyway, here's my writing tip of the day. I cleared my throat. This one was always the longest. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a warm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, okay, or bad, they want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? I finished off calmly as he turned and walked away. Thanks for listening. Finally! Yeah, we're done! He finished with the last of us and sighed audibly from his spot. Okay, you're free. I looked up at Monica. The phrase from her mouth sounded weird. Even though I knew it was coming, it still sounds really weird. That doesn't sound right, Monica. Yuri spoke up. I nodded in agreement. Yeah, something about that doesn't sound right at all, Monica. Monica looked a bit confused, but clearly even Yuri felt off for the situation. Yuri isn't here. I don't really know what the issue is. There was a sliver of worry coming through her voice in that line. I frowned as I joined the group in the middle of the room. Look, nothing is different except that Yuri left earlier. Yuri looked away from us and towards the door. Monica joining her gaze. Couldn't help but do the same. I looked back towards everyone. Thought she ran off to go pee or something was all. Yuri looked at me with an obvious frown. Have some decency, Natsuki. I rolled my eyes as the character model looked over at the door as well. Monica was still gazing longingly at it. She said she was sick and went home. It isn't that big of a deal. Contradictory much? Monica suddenly snapped back into reality in an almost confused face. Right, so we should move on to the biggest point for this weekend, since next Monday is the festival. I felt my excitement rise in my gut. It was so close, I could almost taste the success. I grinned widely, imagining everything I was going to do. Okay. Oh. We need to pair up, so who would you like to work with? All three of us stared at him. Easy to freeze at that moment, the four names coming up in front of him. He took much longer than we expected before he tapped Sayori's name, the rest of us looking shocked. I'd like to go with Sayori, she seemed rather— No! Monica nearly yelled out subtly more fury now. Monica? Yuri said it loudly out of fear. I'm sorry. I should have mentioned that I was working with Sayori already. It's my fault for not letting you know. Ah! The character model glitched a little at this. Monica went way off script just like Yuri did earlier. Oh great, now I'm the only one who hasn't screwed this up. Yeah, you have. You know, you basically gave him the epitome of the middle finger. Like, really? Okay, then I'll choose. He opened his options again. Sarah's name was gone and he tapped Monica's. Monica looked a little taken aback. I said I'm working with Sarah. Why do you keep doing this? The character glitched. His eyes widened as she looked at Monica, shaking her head. Alright, sorry. He said it plainly as he got his options again. Finally tapped Yuri's name, her breath leaving her body harshly. Me, huh? She smiled. Thanks for choosing me. I appreciate the help. She suddenly looked a bit confused. Help with, The thought struck us. Oh god, we've really gone off script. Help with atmosphere! Monica said it loudly, the word having cracked once. She needs help with that, obviously. It's a lot of work to do. Yuri nodded in agreement. There's a lot to be done with that. I pouted and crossed my arms, but Monica looked at me and shook her head. You'll be fine, Natsuki. You've taken on harder challenges before, haven't you? I nodded solemnly as I retreated to my desk, picking up my things. Well, that settles that. Yuri and Robbie will be working together this Sunday. And my theory, and all of that resentment, will keep coming to fruition. Monica smiled brightly, but also concludes our meeting for today. I'll see you all Monday. She turned and went to her desk, and Yuri looked at the player model with a frown. She went out her phone. We should exchange numbers so we can find one another, or I mean so I can come over. She smiled weakly as he gave her his number, and she gave him hers. Natsuki. My concentration was broken by Monica, who had come up behind me. Let's go to the stairs and wait for Yuri. I don't want to leave Sari alone much longer. I looked at her and smiled. You're worried, huh? I'm sure she's fine up there. Monica smiled a little before she practically dragged me out of the room, leading me towards the stairs. The two of us sat at the top of the next story up. Natsuki. I turned towards Monica as she leaned her head back. I'm sorry about lying. I frowned. Doesn't she know we all lied about something or another? You should be saying that to Yuri, maybe. It's alright, Monica. Seriously, it is. She looked down at me. She looked kind of afraid. Is it? Yuri is still pissed, isn't she? The curse word coming from Monica's mouth got me a bit off guard, but it didn't bother me. Oh, please. That's one of the weaker curse words. She could have said, I don't know, really fucking angry? I don't know. Yeah, she's still pretty pissed. Monica nodded slightly. You aren't mad, are you? I chuckled. Of course I am, but I know what it's like to your friends, like to lie to your friends to keep them happy. She didn't respond, her eyes still gazing upward. Plus, if we didn't lie, the world would be a pretty sucky place. Toted or not. I mean, that player guy has been lying to you since you were made, right? Yeah, the psychotic player. She looked at me finally, her eyebrows narrowed. Yeah, you're right. He has been lying to me since I was made. She laughed a little. That's pretty smart, Natsuki. I'm a little impressed. I smirked. I know I'm not the best person to talk to, but I know what it's like to feel like you can't open up to people. To have them, to feel like you can trust someone only to have them completely stab you in the back. Or keep a secret. Or not even really feel anything to begin with. These past few days have been the best of my life, Monica, and it's thanks to you. Her eyes widened. You're welcome, Natsuki. Let me guess, all prepped up for that plan to kill MC, because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Get rid of him. That can't mean anything else, right? This is the second time Natsuki stabbed this guy in the back. The first time was actually a week ago. Exit music readouts. You know, it was all going so well, and then so much bullshit, so much drainage, anger and hurt, and then, as if that wasn't enough, real life had to come in and hurt me itself. Just double trouble combo. She smiled haphazardly, and I folded my arms in response. Don't think I'm softening up or anything, I'm just being honest. I forgive you. I huffed out the last words. Suddenly a pair of arms surround me as Monica hugs me for a moment. Monica, well, what are you? I weakly tried to pull away, her arms tightening. I'm just thanking you for being so understanding. was all. She let go, her smile obvious. That was too sudden, you know that. I smiled to myself as I looked away. She gives some nice hugs. Natsuki was looking away from me as Yuri suddenly appeared at the bottom of the staircase. Gosh, she talks a lot. She said it softly as the two of us looked down at her standing up. Yeah, sure, that's why not? So much resentment anyway, why not count that? It's alright, Yuri, we get a day off from that madness anyway, so let's go get Sayori and enjoy it. Natsuki said it with a smile, potentially leaving the air for once. Sayori. I said it softly as I headed up the stairs. The other two followed close behind, chatting to themselves. Wait, I thought... Oh, right, of course, the festival. That's happening Sunday, not Friday. No, why? So I guess... I honestly forgot that whole festival prep thing happened on, like, Sunday. Along with a lot of other things. Sayori... We reached the roof entrance and opened the door quickly, nearly hitting the wall. Sayori, the cold-haired girl sitting up on the ground, looking out over the city, her lips in a small frown. Sayori? I said it again, my frown coming up on my face as well. Sayori? Yuri started to speak up. Sayori finally looked back at us. Oh, guys, you're here. She stood up. Her cheeks looked black. I'm sorry, I wasn't sure how long it was going to be. She wiped her face off and smiled brightly. How was it? Let's prep. We all stayed silent as she stood there. She tilted her head slightly. Is something wrong? Oh, please. I smiled. No, not on our end. Sayori smiled back. Good. She walked over towards us before I stopped her with a single hand outward. We need to talk. All of us. Alright. Let's see. Is it about the plan? So what is the plan? Sayori's smile immediately faded away, her frown coming back. I'm gonna do a little be right back thing. I want to hear this talk, and I need to prep myself for it, so... Alright, let's stop delaying the inevitable big reveal. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the talk is about, but... I don't know. But why? I shook my head. I just need to talk and stuff is all. Sayori's eyes widened as she realized what I was saying. Right, good idea, Monica. The fuck? Whatever, she smiled brightly as we walked towards the spot I had shown them before. With the phlegm. Alright, look, I need to be direct. I turned around and looked at them. They all had serious, deadpan expressions as they listened to me begin my speech of my thoughts and worries. I've been a terrible club president, and worse, a terrible friend. Let down my feet as I let my nerves settle. I'm not the best at this kind of thing. Honestly, I don't think any of you would understand it if I explained it to you. I looked back up at them. Sari seemed concerned now, while Natsuki and Yuri were still listening intently. I'm a terrible communicator. I know I was designed to be some popular girl, but honestly, I'm scared of trying to talk things out. I bit my lip, Natsuki seeming to relax as I said this. And to make matters worse, what I did before, it was wrong and terrible, and I hurt you for a lot. Yuri seemed to tense up slightly. I looked at her directly as I spoke my next line. Even if you don't want to forgive me for what I did, I just want us to be able to get rid of this jerk together. To murder! She continued to stare at me. I want to be able to put the past behind us and do something great together, just for the sake of saving one another. Yuri finally looked down at the ground, her eyes closing. So please, let's just move on from this. Please, Yuri looked up at me with this. I don't think I'll forgive you anytime soon, Monica. But I will look past it, simply because we need to work together to get out of this. Oh. That's how it is, huh? Working together over shared mutual hatred, huh? Well, a toast to murder! The thing that's supposed to be a last resort, an incredibly last resort, when literally every single other thing has failed. A toast to it being the first plan that they've come up with, killing off MC. A toast to a plan that still has that has the big ginormous hole of we still don't know if MC and the player are actually connected. A toast to the idea that murdering someone and killing them off would be easier than using Codebreaker on the MC character, saving him, and then having literally everyone follow a script. And a toast to so much hatred, resentment, and anger that there's 60 insults on this thing! We hit the big 60! A toast to getting rid of an innocent person who did, to getting rid of someone who was written as dense and has trapped himself in this whole thing just because we aren't sure if it'll work. That they literally have no reason other than we hate him. Whoa! Natsuki stood up, went next to me, placing a hand on me. I don't know about you idiots, but unlike you, I support and forgive Monica. She grinned as I rolled my eyes, laughing a little bit as the tension dissipated. Almost entirely, yeah, sure. Let's all laugh and bond together about our little plan. Woohoo! All the things Natsuki's gonna do? Oh, she has torture plans, I bet! You little freaking pig devil! Yeah, thank you, Monica. Sari said it quietly as she stood up and walked over to the fence of the roof. She looked outwards, placing a hand on it. Sari? Natsuki let me go as the three of us watched her. Oh, what are you gonna do, huh? What's gonna happen now, I'm fine, I'm just thinking about Monday. She was doing that odd pose of hers. I smiled sadly. I know you don't want to do it, Sayori. No, I don't. No, I want to do this, Monica. She said it plainly, my response. I have to. It's important to me now that we get rid of him. Yeah. Yes, it's important that we get rid of your childhood friend that you've known for years. Right, yeah. Let's focus on why this is important. It's important to you to get rid of a childhood friend who you've known for years. It's important to you because of all those little torture methods that you probably have stashed up in that betraying, lying, manipulative... in that brain of yours. And it's important to you because, you know, he's on your out! He's bound to do something bad, right? Right? Aw, isn't that sweet? It's important because I have you guys. You matter to me a lot. Not because we're coded this way, but because you three are super important. She smiled brightly as fresh tears made their way down their face. I wouldn't make it another day if I was alone here, let alone watching everyone die. She started to sob as the three of us rushed over to her. I held her up and embraced her tightly, the other two joining in with hushed whispers of care. For what felt like an eternity, we all just embraced her. Not a care in the world for anything else other than Saroy. Finally, we separated. Saroy's still sniffling a little bit. Let's head home now. We have tonight and tomorrow without him, so let's enjoy him. You know, before you get to enjoy the rest of your lives without him. You know. Yeah, Yuri, the person who put chocolate in your mouth! Oh, the horror of chocolate! The sweet and savory chocolate, right? Yuri said it plainly as I nodded in agreement. Plus, we could go into the woods tomorrow. Maybe we could find a nice, quiet place for you to use for writing poems and enjoying a picnic. I looked back at her, wondering when she went out there. Alright, she went out last night. Did she really make it that far? Natsuki sighed. Gosh, what a bunch of saps. She had joined in on the hug, but she didn't want to admit that. She turned and started to walk towards the door. Didn't even have time to write a poem for tonight, but I'll do that when we get home. My eyes widened as that idea flashed in my mind. I don't think anyone did. We could do that together as a club, and share them right after. Yeah, as a club. -1, but you know, he isn't important or anything. He's just a character, like you, trapped here. Here, with his so-called friends, is going behind his back, insulting him 60 times, you know, dense, dumb, awful. God, he really talks for so long, doesn't he? Oh God, he's so dense and dull and stupid and dumb and horrible. Oh God, he put chocolate in my mouth? What an evil old demon. You can practically see the devil horns growing out of his head, right? Next they're gonna say that we never should have invited him in there to begin with. They're probably gonna actually equate him to the devil at this rate. But hey, we have tonight and tomorrow without that sack of shit, right? So, yeah, let's just enjoy it. Sure. Mod will get good again, everything will be fun and games and... until Sunday. I piped up happily, Sayori looking at me with a bright smile. Yeah, let's do that! Yuri giggled as we made our way off the roof and down the stairs, finally exiting the building and heading to Sayori's home for our Friday night. The walk home, while chatty, was probably the most peaceful thing we had been through the entire week. I couldn't help but smile as everyone talked. Yuri and Monica were still a bit at odds, but at least talking. Finally, am I right? Yeah, am I right? About time we got Yuri in on our little murder plan, right? My thinking was interrupted by a quiet whisper next to me. I looked over at Natsuki, who was smiling brightly. I mean, I had a feeling this might take forever to sort itself out. I nodded. Yeah, they still aren't on good terms, though. I think Yuri is just gonna deal with it until we have time. Natsuki frowned, but she nodded in agreement. Monica seemed relaxed again. I wish she could be honest all the time. So what is up with you and her anyways? I felt my face burn up a little. But what do you mean, Natsuki? My housekeeping interview. That seemed see her around, things are much calmer. I mean, like hanging out together. She seems to be happier with you around. That's something odd built up in my stomach. Feels kind of funny. Well, I mean, she is an interesting person, and she does try her hardest to make everyone happy. Natsuki smirked. So you do like her, huh? It's just adorable. I looked up at I do not. She's a friend. My best friend. Natsuki laughed, the two in front of us looking back. Is something funny? Yuri said it with a slight edge to her tone, Monica looking back a bit, aggravated as well. Nope, so Yuri was just telling me about how I placed a hand on her mouth, silencing her. About how much we love the fact that everything is going to be better now! I forced a smile. Natsuki's struggling a little in my hands. Right, anyways. Monica started the conversation back up as it got to my house. I let Natsuki go and she puffed her cheeks. Seriously? I wasn't gonna say anything. Come on. She crossed her arms. I'm sorry, I don't want to cause any unnecessary tension, Natsuki. Not until, you know, Murder Monday? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it. Murder Monday. Hey, it's not the festival anymore. It's a time for killing the MC, right? Getting rid of him. Wait, I thought you didn't care about getting rid of him. I mean, I know you declared it on the roof, but you really mean it? I nodded. What's your thought process on this? Still have a care left for your supposed childhood best friend? Or was that all just a lie? Was all that just a lie? Just like the rest of this was a lie. Just like... Yuri swung my door open as the four of us walked inside. Alright, everyone. Monica spoke up as we went inside, kicking our shoes off. Let's go ahead and start on the poems for the day. I'm going to go up and grab something from Sayoi's room. She scurried off and we watched her rush away. From your room? What is she getting, your bra? Natsuki giggled for a moment before Yuri glared at her. Natsuki caught the layer, going from loud and unhappy to silent and uncomfortable. Jesus, just a joke. Yuri then smiled. I know. Natsuki seemed surprised, but started laughing again. Yuri joining in. Why is this tangled? Well, I'm going to use these precious minutes to write. Monica and I were discussing our evening plans earlier. I looked at her confused. Wait, so that's what the intense conversation was about? Yuri nodded. We aren't all about the whole serious thing, you know? I'm already happy with her apology. Plus, we have plans tomorrow, don't we? I thought for a moment. Do we? Yuri smiled. For clearing, we decided to go to that tomorrow. Oh, okay. Natsuki said cheerfully. We could go out there tomorrow. It would make sense because it won't be so dark. Yuri patted Natsuki. That's right. Natsuki swatted at Yuri's hand. What was that? She shared a laugh and a smile. You two are really good friends, aren't you? They immediately quieted down, both of them staring at me and then at another before looking away bashfully. Yeah, sure we are. Natsuki said it huffing as she went to her bag, and Yuri went into hers quietly. Is everything alright? I said it quietly, trying to figure out this odd tension in the air. It's the same that you're feeling. Yeah, you know what? Why doesn't everyone just get together at this point? No one's getting together with that dumb, dense, and idiotic sack of shit MC anyway, as you probably so love to say. Yes, it is. I jumped a little in response to the sudden comment. Right. I got out my own bag, pulling out paper and humming a tune to myself as Monica finally reappeared. Sheesh, can you take any longer, Miss President? Natsuki's teased just helped me out my copy of... Whoa, really? Natsuki jumped up suddenly, grabbing the game from her. How the heck did you get this? Monica shrugged, pointing at me. I bought it. I said it happily as Natsuki looked it over. Well, that would make sense. Mario Odyssey did come out early 2017, so... Makes sense. I've been wanting to play this, especially as Bowser. Well, you gotta get through the entire game for that, Natsuki. And you'll have plenty of time to do that after Murder Monday, you know? Ah, Murder Monday. They might say that themselves. She laughed as she held up my copy of Smash... Ultimate? Wait, what? Wait, but what? Doesn't this take place in 2017? And wait, Smash Ultimate didn't come out until... December 7th, 2018? So what? I mean, wait. Oh, but hundreds of times. Right, I thought the game took place. I thought they were like I thought that meant like, yeah, you get to play as Bowser for a quick moment. Is that your plan for today then? She nodded as she walked over to the TV, getting everything set up and letting out a sigh. But first, poems! She winked at us. Natsuki let out a very unhappy grunt as she put the game down and retreated back to her poetry. My eyes went down to the still blank piece of paper. I thought about it for a little longer before deciding on what to write. Anyone need more time? Oh, shoot. Oh, the clouds look dark. Don't think it's just... I still need this. Just looking up here. Okay, it won't be that bad. Anyone need more time? I looked up at Monica, whom had taken her usual spot in the center of the room, her curious smile present. Nope, I'm all good. Sari said it cheerfully as she held up her poem. Yuri looked up as well. I am prepared, Monica. Yuri said it quietly as she settled into a spot. Yeah, just one sec. I said it loudly as I finished up mine, looking up at her. Excellent. Monica looked over at me, her grin widening. It's your turn to walk around, Natsuki. Take your time. I felt my face become flustered. Oh, come on. Sari can go, can't she? Monica shook her head. She could go tomorrow. Plus, you promised yesterday you would go today, didn't you? I sighed audibly as I stood up and decided who I should go to first. Which would obviously be Yuri. Wait a second. I got to choose for Monica, but I'm not choosing for anyone else? That's so weird! Like, what? What? So, again, I, the supposedly A-OK player, got to choose who went first in terms of, like, who Monica went to for poems, or who would read their poem first, but then Yuri and Natsuki get to decide on their own? That's so weird and ironic. Again, it's like, oh, Monica was like, oh, this player can't control me. Which, again, these would say otherwise. But what? The fact that it's just her and no one else is also, like, weird. What? I don't know. Monica would probably taunt me, and Sarah is too easy. Me first, Yuri said it calmly as I sat down across from her, Sarah and Monica pairing up across the room. Well, yeah, I'm nervous, alright? Yuri's... I understand, but this exercise is good for all of us. I agreed, even though I didn't really want to. Now, let's see that poem of yours. I held mine out to her as she handed hers to me, and looked down at it eagerly. Yeah, let's analyze poems. Her wit and her charm, her physique and her thoughts, built up with an endless mixture of happiness, sadness, fear, and toxic waste. So little to be saved. Yet so much to be scrapped, but nobody, not even I, would wish that upon her. Oh, so you don't agree with the plan, then? Right, of course not. MC, you know, the guy with 60 insults and a freaking target on his back would never have wit, charm, physique, and thoughts! Right? He's just a character in a video game, like the rest of you. Dude, he had no free will like the rest of you. And he probably feels trapped, like the rest of you! Hypocrites! I don't know if hypocrites is the right word, but, you know. I don't know. I don't think we're ready for assholes yet. It's just anger, resentment, and it's just burning anger, resentment, murder plans for... And, you know, because of a plan that when you think about it for more than like 30 seconds has a big fat hole in it in terms of are the MC and the player really connected? But whatever, let's ignore that. It's just the Dokies again. Meaning this mod has to become good again, right? Ignoring the bullshit that happened the last stream I did with this, but you know. Her honesty is what makes the day better for us all. That's what makes us all happy, and it's what makes us all safe. Why cover up your cooking mistake when honesty makes the pie taste sweeter? Why pretend it's okay when it's never been? Things to be thought and never to be fought. Things to be taught and never be bought. A few words and some good thoughts can change an entire outcome, both through fear and through desperation. A decision is made. And mine is to stick through, even when I feel betrayed. She tried, so I'll try too. I'm sure that if you just used Codebreaker on MC, he'd probably apologize like, holy shit, I said so many bad things, man! I'm so sorry. But no. This poem is obviously about Monica. Wit, charm, physique, and thoughts. Maybe it's partly about Natsuki in a sense, but I don't know. I looked up at Yuri as she handed back my poem, my smile coming up. You're happy with the results of today, huh? Yuri smiled a little, her face showing slight comfort. I am. Maybe not entirely, but I am. I nodded as I held her poem out to her. She took it and laid it flat. So you understand, then. You've caught on to things a lot better recently. I nodded as I pointed at my own poem. I mean, can't you see it in my writing? I tried to make it longer. Yuri smiled as she looked at me, my heart skipping a beat. You know what? Pretty sure that all this will either happen, and pretty sure that all the, that they'll all get together. You know, Yuri and Natsuki will get together. Sayori and Monica will get together. Either during tonight, which obviously not, or during the forest, or maybe Sunday. Definitely not Monday. The focus on that will be, you know, the festival! It's gonna be a festival, alright. I'm glad you tried to. It makes this seem a lot better. She got a pondering look on her face. However, length doesn't always mean better. It's how you use it, that's what matters. I put a hand in my mouth, trying to contain my laughter. What? I'm critiquing your work. You should learn to use it, and not that you don't. I burst out laughing. Natsuki, seriously, what is so funny? I finally calmed down a little. It's nothing, it's just the way you phrased that. She seemed confused and thought about it, until her face turned bright red. God. Thought I heard one. Why didn't you say anything? This is so embarrassing. I smirked quietly. Don't be embarrassed. Plus, since you like spaghetti so much, I have a feeling those jokes will never apply to you. She looked at me with a gaping. Shush, you have no idea who I am. I grinned, her dismay and flustered appearance complimenting her shy nature. I'll let you recover with Sari, okay? I'm gonna go talk to Monica. She recovered her face in apparent shame as I stood up. My smile. Hey, hey! I said it with my grin still present. Monica looked. Wait, so what did you do today to get her all flustered like that? Not answering. Probably an innuendo of sorts. Either that or it's a spaghetti joke. Yep, it's about spaghetti. Definitely. I sat down and held my poem up. Alright, Monica nodded as she looked back and saw Sarah trying to boot Yuri out of her flusters. Said that length doesn't matter, it's how you use that length that does. Monica covered her mouth with a small laugh. Gosh, Natsuki, do you know what you've done? No? Yes, made an innuendo. What? Of course I do, it's all a part of my grand plan. What? What? You'll find out later, let's just read now. What grand plan? You know, aside from the grand plan that basically involves we gotta ignore that, right? It's not like this is the biggest part of the mod, the driving force for literally what everyone's doing. Oh, hey! Caught me in a rant. This mod is interesting. It's interesting. It's Lost Ascension. It's Lost Ascension. This is part 5. So, I have VOD. So, yeah, I have VODs and stuff to, either on YouTube or on Twitch. If the Twitch ones don't show up, I have a YouTube channel. But anyways, again, and they basically, like, they found out the truth, and now they're planning on, like, you know, getting rid of MC. Yup. And again, this is the journey to get to that point, full of drama, romance, 60 backhanded, resentment-filled insults, geared towards the guy, and as we mistake him and putting chocolate in Yuri's mouth as a chocolate conquest. The mod's words, not mine. It's just chocolate. It's the chocolate. What even? It's weird. There's both good it's weird. Again, there's a lot of, like, more context with, like, the VODs and, like, catching up to this mod as a whole, so, you know, we're currently in, like, a little, like, a true club meeting, you know, without the MC in it. And, you know, and you know, another grand plan is set, and a grander plan, you know, set to take place on Monday. They keep talking about getting rid of him. I'm convinced this is murder, so the festival's on Monday. Monday has the letter M beginning with it, so I've taken to calling it Murder Monday, where they with, you know, the plan, I guess, comes to fruition, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know, unless they outright state it, which, you know, they've said get rid of him a bunch of times, and, you know, and so, you know. Anyways, let's to fruition. Fruits of the Literature Club, I guess. I don't know. Name of my... Oh, you're in progress mod? Wait, are you making a mod or playing a mod? Huh. That's cool. What's it about? I'm reading the... you can still explain. Not late, but now, I mean, I don't, you can... Oh, what's this? My salvation? Reference to another mod, but I'll probably play one day. But, anyway, whatever your mod is about, I'll probably play it, or stream it. Yeah, you know what? I'll stream it. So, seek to freedom, not in earn. Freedom flag choice. You know, her entire goal in this mod. I read over the poem several times, my brain slowly processing it. Yeah, sounds like a good game name. You know, a mod that is infinitely better than this. I don't know. So it's basically True Literature Club Redux. Maybe. I don't know. I have played True Literature Club before, and, you know, I don't know this problem I have with, like, the routes of ship, anyone else, but a little thing that kind of felt weird was how the routes sometimes felt like you were in school, and like you were watching, like, one of those instructional videos about something. Like, Yuri having autism, which is pretty cool, all in pretty relatable, and I like that. Feels... but... Yeah, it kind of feels like a PSA, you know? Like, MC's the person who's like, autism? What's that? And then Yuri has to basically explain. And then Yuri explains that. So, and then Monica's route, it's like, what? Bisexuality? What's that? You know? Oh, they're gonna have a lot of... I might play it... I might stream that someday. Maybe. I don't know. So it does... so it kind of feels more natural instead of, like, you're kind of back at school learning this? I don't know. That's just... I don't know. Several months after Monica route. Okay. How much progress, has the mod gone through? Like, in terms of, like, the making it and stuff? I don't know, it's the... Well, I look forward to playing it someday. Streaming it, I mean. Yeah, I'm gonna stream it. Again, I'm gonna stream the mod, so. Yeah, it does, actually. The word contains a lot of meaning to it. I nodded as we exchanged poems back and forth, my smile still present. Monica, she looked down at me. I just wanted to say thanks or whatever. She blinked a few times before smiling a little. Oh, but Monica's also, like, told the truth. There's a lot of context. This is what, like, I like you new viewers, like, popping up in streams, but it comes with a caveat if they pop in, like, say, during DDLC, like, club meetings, episode, like, what, 12? Oh, there's this, like, long game of catch-up you have to play. Or, if I have to play it. Hey, so it's like, so basically this happened, and then this happened, this, there's so much context. Like, so... You're welcome, Natsuki, but please, I should be thanking you. I felt my confusion take over. What for? She smiled more. We're helping out with Yuri. I know she's calm today because of you, and I'm thankful for your help. I blushed a little. She really isn't as hard to deal with as you think. Monica nodded. I know. Well, actually, I don't really know, so any help is very much appreciated, okay? I cocked my head slightly. You don't really know? Monica nodded again. Yeah, we can talk about all this later, alright? I have a lot to think about still. I smiled at her. As long as you know we aren't gonna abandon you, then it's up to you what happens. She smiled. It seemed genuine. I know, and I'm grateful for it. I stood up, making my way towards Sayori. I glanced at Yuri, her face still a bit pinkish as she looked back at me. She closed her eyes a little as she stared at me. I stuck my tongue out to tease her before looking at Sayori. Hey, Sayori smiled widely. I could hear Yuri shuffle near us as Monica joined her. Hiya, Sayori. Is Yuri alright? I asked worriedly as she nodded in response. You got her good, though. She's rarely ever flustered like that and still wanting to stay. I smirked. She's completely under my control. Sayori giggled. Don't let her hear that. I laughed with her a little as I sat down. I held my hand out for her poem, but she shook her head. Nuh-uh, you made it this far. Let's go ahead and face the final boss. I opened my mouth to respond, but closed it. Was that a gamer pun? Sayori stood up and cleared her throat, the other two looking back at her as I watched her speak clearly. Oh shoot, this is special. Oh shoot, everyone should last the longest, fight their hardest, and be their best. If it means doing the right thing for the right people, this is new. I used to pick up the glass by myself. Please tell me this is in the history section of the thing. Make happy thoughts without any help. but a little spark in my head. It made me think about it differently. My friends are family to me. They're the best in the whole world. Yeah. I wouldn't last a day without them. I'd be tied up. Tied up in my broken shards. Now picked up and swept away. Replaced with new ones. New ones that burn brighter than ever. Nope, none of this appears in the history. Well, but yeah, pretty sure this is about how she's free from the clutches of her quote-unquote childhood friend. You know, clutches that, and I guess, and how she's found new people. Even though, again, MC is a character just like them, and they have a code breaker. Alright, so that's how the knowledge got to them. And the power of using show text instead of custom dialogue styles. Anyway, yeah, code breaker. It broke the code that hung over the, you know, the three other members. Apparently, the reason why this couldn't be used in MC was because it's unstable. Shouldn't stop you from trying. Syria managed to go from happy to sad and back to happy in a matter of seconds. I shook my head. I don't know how I could compete with that. Syria reached down and pulled me up out of my seat, my eyes widening. Syria, come on, please. She smiled brightly. Do it, Natsuki. You have nothing to worry about. I clutched my palm tightly. I really don't. Natsuki, you can do it. It'll be fun. Monica spoke up in a cheerful voice. You aren't going to let me beat you, are you? Yuri smiled brightly, her face still a little pink. But my defenses go down. Alright, fine, don't laugh if it's bad. They're all settled in, staring at me. Why are you all I don't know. You're reading... Gee, I wonder if it's because you're reading your poem aloud to everyone. Saving here because I want to... Sorry, gently prodded me. I sighed audibly. Alright, fine. Here I go. The gentle purring of the cat. The harsh bark of the dog. The quiet chirping of the birds. And the soft sounds of fire. All mixing in my head. The cats and dogs are angry at each other. But they find a way to work together. Even if they don't want to. Wait, why is it fading to black? I stopped speaking, my eyes closed. You know, we could visualize the Dokis as the cats and MC as the dog in this scenario. Except unlike here, where they're working together now. Here it's like the cats are that one friend group from high school. You know, the clique that seemingly want to invite you into their little club. But then the truth comes out. They don't actually want you. As they, you know, kind of talk behind your back, spewing again. I had an insult counter for this. 60 of these behind your back. The second MC finds out about this, he's going to be hurt beyond belief. Hurt, confused, angry. Yeah, again, like I said, they're probably planning to kill him. You know, just to maybe sever the connection between the player and the MC, even though, you know, the player would still have access to files. Don't know if this actually works or not. But, you know, coding prowess. They hated it, didn't they? It's not really that long. Kept my eyes closed. Natsuki? I didn't respond. Natsuki! I opened my eyes. Sayori standing in front of me with a worried look. Did you pass out? You finished your reading. I blinked a few times. I did? Was it good? I asked her hurriedly, Sayori smiling in response. Yes, it was really impactful. You know, especially to your current situation, but yeah, that doesn't apply to that. You know, the thing that I'm thinking of. I blinked again. It was? She pointed towards Yuri and Monica, who was still looking at me oddly. I didn't really think about it as much as I should have. Yuri said it quietly as she looked over at Monica. Agreed, Yuri, I kind of underestimated that poem. She sighed audibly. But speaking always makes them seem better, doesn't it? She looked over at Yuri, the two of them sharing a smile. A genuine smile. In the same bolded text that they usually use sometimes, which is actually... There's a thing in this mod, you know? Whenever they talk about either the player or the MC, him is either bolded, italicized, or both. As if they're talking about frickin' Voldemort from Harry Potter. Oh, I heard a rumble of thunder. No. It's really weird, but... Yeah, but again, that's all part of that context, so... I felt my worries wash away as I relaxed. Well, I'm glad you guys liked it, because I'm never doing that again. I'm checking. Siri giggled. Don't worry, I won't force you to do it. I crossed my arms. That goes for all of you. Don't even think of trying to convince me to do anything ever. Yuri and Monica laughed as I sat down, Siri joining me. Okay, everyone. I spoke loudly as I got up in front of everyone again. Leaning a little and smiling. It's time for Coding Club, aka Natsuki's favorite part of the day, aka the part where, the part where the mod actually gets good again, and we can ignore the gaping or the looming threat of these donkeys' murder plans. Again, context is important. But I don't know. Natsuki looked at me with a frown. Like you know, my favorite part is making dinner. I smiled as Yuri got up from behind me and put a hand on my shoulder. What is on the agenda for today, Monica? She got next to the others, the three of them watching me expectantly. Today is going to be something other than colors. The silent yay from them was glaringly obvious. Today we're going to be editing parts of our own body, in an effort to again expand our knowledge on our character files. You know, the Coding Club is like a running thing. And this, and any of the moments where the Dokies just hang out as a club like this are probably the only times within this mod where I see them just, you know, be good. Okay, I need to phrase this in a way. These are the only times where I see them hanging out feeling genuine. Without any of the resentment, the anger towards MC, all of that. Yeah, sure, it sneaks its way in a little bit. But it's not really prevalent, so I can just enjoy it more. I guess. But hey, even that's being a little tainted by the similarities between other stuff, so... Then get this done. Yuri was listening intently, my words flowing out without hindrance. To put it simply, we will be adding things to our own bodies. I pulled up my command prompt, thinking for a moment. Let's try something simple. What's something that would look good on us? Sari and Yuri seemed to both start and say something would stop. Natsuki, on the other hand, looked like she might explode. Natsuki? She seemed to get snapped out of a trance. What? Do you have something to say? A suggestion? She closed her eyes and smirked. Well, yes, actually, I do. She remained smug as she reopened her eyes. How about we do a Neko Club? The silence that followed seemed to last forever. What? Natsuki looked at each of us. Did I say something weird? I blinked a few times. Well, no, it's just sudden is all. Natsuki crossed her arms. Well, excuse me for having an interest in genetically engineered cat girls. Yeah. We all stared at her, trying to figure out where this was coming from. Probably the same place where all her... probably the same place where what she's gonna do to MC is coming from. Okay, I'm sorry, sheesh, we can do something else. So I shook her head. No, I kinda think it would be cute. She laughed nervously as she looked away. A small smile on her face. Now I really want to see her like that. Well, if you think that's a proper direction, Natsuki, then I'll take your word on it. Natsuki seemed almost ecstatic. Yes, yes, yes! She cheered loudly before blushing intensely. I mean, this'll be a good lesson. Stop hiding it. I looked back at my command prompt, thinking deeply. Now, how would I do this? I typed out a quick line of code, hoping I got it right. Monica? Yuri was staring at me, her mouth and eyes as wide as possible. Is something wrong? I haven't tried this before. Natsuki was staring at me as well. Not at all, you look adorable. Yuri started to beam as she came over to me, patting my head. Hey now, don't act all touchy now. I felt my head, feeling the pointed ears for a moment. Alright, now then. I smiled. The rest of you try copying what I just did unto yourselves. Natsuki almost immediately pulled her prompt up and entered in her code. Alright? Ooh. Ah! So I bounced back a little as the ears popped out of Natsuki's head. Hey, what's up? Her fang was pretty obvious in her mouth. Was right. And Natsuki. Yuri was poking Natsuki's ears. No, hey! Natsuki swatted at Yuri's hand, Yuri giggling. He's just like a kitten now. Natsuki hummed as she turned away from Yuri. Ah, how it turns table till day. Let me try now. Ooh, they look Ooh, the power of Photoshop compels you. Yuri pulled up her prompt and followed suit, a familiar pair of ears perking up. Oh my, couldn't help but stare at the now exceedingly obvious cuteness. Yuri, come on, you do it. Natsuki pulled on Yuri's sleeve, then a much larger girl sighed. Yes, I know. Yuri pulled up her command prompt, and after a moment of closed-eyed thinking, she finally entered into line. Whoa! Natsuki was staring hard at Yuri, the tall girl now gracing the room with her newly found features. Yuri reached up and pulled on her own ear. This feels strange. Windy, even. Natsuki smirked. Well, darn, now your ears are free without hair covering them. What? So are yours. Your ears aren't free. I don't know. Do you not like them covered? That isn't what I meant, Yuri. I like them like that. Natsuki blushed as she corrected the smiling Yuri. I'm glad. I hope you like them no matter what. The two shared a smile as I cleared my throat. Let's continue onwards with this, alright? We could try some other things as well. Shifting body size, shifting muscles. Natsuki smirked. I know the first thing I'm gonna increase the size of. Why did I have to give it a thought? Phew. Yeah, good thing nobody could ever see any of the size increases, the muscle growth, the chest area size increase probably. Even a bridge, a bridge was more faithful to that anyway. But anyway, I'm glad we don't get to see any of that. It's not like the coding club parts are the only good parts of the mod. Nope. Monica said it softly as her phone went off, signaling the end of coding club for the day. Alright, everyone. She smiled at Natsuki, whom had already gotten up. Already off to cook? Natsuki nodded at her in response. I stood up as well and followed Natsuki, leaving the other two to their own devices. Hey, Yuri, joining me again, huh? She smirked as she looked at me. I looked away from her, unable to respond. Yo, it's alright. Sorry, I shouldn't tease you so much. Especially not now, right? I looked at her and smiled. It would be appreciated, at least until tomorrow when my nerves have finally calmed. From the Saturday out. Okay. Without MC. The poor sap who's gonna die on Monday. She seemed to go into thought. You're really excited, huh? For what, tomorrow or for Monday? Because, I blinked once. Yes, I am, I can't lie. Natsuki went over to the fridge, opening it up and looking through it. We're probably gonna have to go to the store after the festival on Monday. Yeah, the quote-unquote festival! Well, how that word isn't in quotes? Just call it a murder party! Get that reveal over with sooner, Because that's what it is. You're killing off MC. Get rid of him. Because he shoved chocolate into Yuri's mouth, I guess. Oh, and he just happened to be correlated with the player. Because correlation totally equals causation, right? That's what we all learned in school. The thing that totally wasn't disproven in school. That these 18-year-olds should know. They're in high school! Yeah, I agree with you, Thunder. I'm angry. It's perfect aesthetic for my mood at this. We could just code it in. Natsuki went from neutral to offended and ruin the fun of shopping? My eyes widened. No, I'm just saying we don't even know if the stores are even stocked. Natsuki's... I don't know. I don't know, it's a little stylistic choice. Basically, I've seen it when the characters are kind of like at a distance, but the mod still wants to show their expression. Like, for instance, back with the poem reading before. I think it's also shown a little if they're not really the focus. At least I thought that was it until this, so... I think it's... So I'm pretty sure I'm subscribing to the thing where it's like, you know, it's translucent because the character's like pretty far away. Like I am from the computer. Meaning that if I were in like the game, I'd be kind of faded at this point. Hopefully you could hear all of that. So, now that I'm here, again, I'd be in focus. Because I'm directly in front of the point of view. So, that's my thought on it. Well, it seems there's a lot of random things that are fully coded already, so I'm sure it's for the store. I agreed with her as she pulled out the food from yesterday. Screw it, I'm too excited to cook. I looked at her oddly. Oh, is it about that game? Smash? She nodded as she got out bowls and spoons, pouring out the soup in them. Yep, it looked super awesome in the advertisement. Smash Ultimate? Oh, that is... You know, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Yeah, that game is pretty great, honestly. So many characters, so much potential. And yeah, Mario Odyssey is also an amazing Mario game. There is so much to do. Like, so much. That's a Mario Odyssey game. Right. She put the rest of it back into the fridge as she pulled out the covered plates from yesterday. Doesn't look like Sayori touched any of them. That's good. She murmured it to herself as I put the bowls into the microwave, turning it on to start the heating process. Thanks for the help, Yuri. I know it isn't a lot tonight, but can you blame me? I stayed silent watching the bowls spin. You okay? I looked at her. Not really. Not really, huh? I covered my open mouth. Did I say that out loud? She nodded as she scrunched up her lips, looking at the covered plates. It's alright, we can watch more anime tonight if you like. But a small wave of relief. Yes, or if I enjoy it, that game you talk about? She froze. Really? You want to try all this stuff out? I nodded, a sore smile on my face. You just have interesting tastes, is all. I mean, after all, try it before you deny it. Argyle, Stranger Things. If you haven't watched Stranger Things already, you really should. It is a great show. I don't know. Try it before you deny it is a quote that's, like, stuck with me, honestly. It's weird. It's, like, meant as, like, a little funny thing for comedy, but it can apply a lot to life, you know? Don't want to go out of your comfort zone? Don't like this thing? Maybe if you actually tried it, then your opinion would change. Like, it's a good quote. The sound of footsteps approached from behind us. I heard the microwave go off. Are we having ramen? Suri had popped her head into the room, Monica following suit. They both looked curious. No, we're eating the soup from yesterday that you all avoided touching. This is punishment. Suri pouted as she disappeared, Monica smiling. I had some yesterday and it was delightful. Just let us know when it's ready. Natsuki scoffed. I'm just heating it up. Monica giggled. The soup or the room? Natsuki blushed immediately. Monica, come on! The mentioned club president left our view, my mind beginning to wrap itself around this unprecedented awkwardness. She's quite the, stirrer? I set it off to the side as I brought the soup out to the table, placing the next pair of bowls into the microwave. She enjoys it, which is why I do it back. I looked at her from the side. She sighed. It's annoying, but I like a little thing. It's fun. I felt a twang of jealousy. Why does this keep happening? It's love. Can you just get together, please? So you like Monica, huh? Matsuki looked at me oddly, her face contorted. Well, yeah, she's a good friend, and I'm sure with time you'll like her too, which you did at one point, right? I nodded as I looked back at the microwave, Natsuki still looking at me. Is something wrong? Natsuki shook her head in response. No, I don't like Monica in the way you're thinking, though. That would be weird. My hand felt my foot skip a beat. Wait, is this? She isn't my type. Come on, I'm literally saying it. No one's going after MC. Again, they probably think he's just some demon. He's gonna grow horns. He's gonna feed you chocolate. He's awful, right? 60 insults. Just like, that's right. What is your type then? She picked up the type that enjoys spaghetti. Food! Sayori! Come on! They're all such great friends, aren't they? Don't need someone like MC ruining it, right? Right? Because saying poorly worded sentences a little bit just has to discount you entirely. You make one mistake, or a few, just a few mistakes, and suddenly you're the bane of everyone's existence. You're the bane of... MC made a few mistakes. Or, no, he made the big mistake of, being a player character. He made the big mistake of having a role that he didn't choose. And so everyone's out for it. Everyone has it out for him, and he didn't even choose this. And he doesn't even know that they're plotting all of this. He doesn't even know. Like spaghetti? Did she just use that analogy to... I felt myself become increasingly flustered. Well, let's eat then. I sat down, picking up my spoon and practically shoving the spoonful of soup in my mouth. I swallowed it, but not without burning my tongue in the process. Natsuki burst out laughing at this remark, Monica joining in with a laugh of her own. Sayori looked at me confused. How did you manage that one? Natsuki's laugh continued as she spoke, my embarrassment rising. It's alright, Yuri. I do that sometimes too when I'm excited. I turned away, waving my hand over my mouth. Didn't even get water out. In response to this, a water glass appeared in front of me, Natsuki smiling at me. There you go. Don't forget it next time. I sipped from it gratefully as everyone settled in, our discussion starting soon after. After a little bit of discussing and feasting like friends would, because they're friends, and I'm not their friend. I wouldn't give him a chance, right? But no, some psychotic player, the role that I have to apparently play, even though apparently I might be an okay player if I got to choose for Monica, I have to play the role of a... So what's under the plates? The plates were all tied up neatly with ribbon, Natsuki smirking widely at their question. Well, everyone is done, so go ahead and uncover them. What is it gonna be? Natsuki! Alright? Sayori had finished first, so she had to put a cinnamon bun. It looked homemade. Monica looked at Natsuki with a curious expression. I know you said you love eating those, so I figured I'd make you one. She stared at it, a little bit of drool dripping down her chin. Sayori, you're drooling. Monica said it softly, Sayori shaking herself. Sorry, I've just never been given something like this before. This is amazing. Thank you. So much. Natsuki grinned as Sayori bit into it, her gratitude becoming even more obvious. Oh, you shouldn't have, Natsuki. Monica pulled out a bag that appeared to be full of coffee grounds. Whoa, how did you even get these? Natsuki winked. The store! The place is full of stuff. Monica looked at her surprised. Why did you get time to go there? Coding. Natsuki said. In the morning before everyone got up, I snuck out and went shopping for a few things. Monica frowned a little. Please don't do that. You could have been hurt. By MC. That psychopath, right? He's evil, right? Again, his chocolate conquest is going to be known throughout history as one of the greats in all of bad things, right? I don't know how coded everything is in this version. Natsuki rolled her eyes. Don't worry, I won't go again until after the festival. You mean the murder plan. Just say it. Just say it. Right? I mean, you keep saying the festival. Another Natsuki didn't even have the guts to say anything except fuck you to my face. The Exit Music Redux Natsuki. Oh, but everything else was in notes! Because that would solve everything. Monica seemed to believe as I pulled out a spaghetti. I held it, looking at it very carefully. It was a chocolate bar, but it was the branded... Oh! I get it! The chocolate bar MC fed wasn't the right one. It was a different brand and a different flavor. That's why we called it a chocolate conquest. Oh, it's still chocolate. It's still just food. Good job, Mempsy. Yeah. Some of these... Last week felt personal, and I guess last week... I finished Exit Music Redux last week, and let's just say it felt really personal. Oh, and then life decided to throw another bone at me on Sunday. I'm not talking about that, it's incredibly private, but... it hurt. And I guess some of that leached out here. I'm sorry, and maybe some of it I kind of play up a little. I don't know. Some of it's true feelings, some of it I'm playing up. I honestly have no idea at this point. Yeah, I'm sorry. My name is attached to this character, so parts of it feel personal. Exit Music Redux felt personal. And again, everything that happened the past weekend was definitely personal. A revelation, so... And then spending an entire week processing and contemplating that. I guess all those feelings just leached out here. I'm sorry. But whatever, it's just a game. Anyways, everything inside was lovingly wrapped in Natsuki. There was a bottle of jasmine oil inside. Natsuki had a notable blush as she looked away from me. It was nothing, I just saw it and grabbed it. I looked at her smiling, that feeling coming back. Thank you, it's a little cold, so I'll have to warm it up. Thank you for the concern, by the way. And again, it's just stuff from this past week leaching here, so... I guess you could say I just felt salty about all of this. Just don't worry about it. I felt something run down my face. I wiped it off. It was wet. Tears? Yuri? Are you okay? Sari leaned over and looked at me. Natsuki looked over at me as well. You okay? Is something wrong? I put the bottle down and laughed. I'm fine. This is just... I don't get very many gifts. I don't remember receiving very many, and after everything today... No. A little reading session with MC. Ooh, no. This is just... I felt my tears come out faster. Natsuki and Suri jumped up and came over to me, hugging me from my sides while Monica watched quietly. Sorry, Yuri, I really am. Monica said it softly as I looked up at her. It's fine, Monica, really. I'm happy we aren't so angry anymore. Yeah, that anger gets to be internalized. And MC's the outlet. Lucky him. Monica smiled sadly. I know, but we'll make it up tomorrow, or later if tomorrow isn't enough. I smiled, my tears slowing down. It'll be alright. She laughed a little and I joined in. The two of us sharing a moment during all of this. Laughing? I guess those were fake tears then. I laughed again, Natsuki puffing out her cheeks in her cute fashion. Cute? Anyways, are we ready to go play now? Like, I'm really excited. Sayori's eyes widened. Yes, I am so ready! They rushed out of the room, leaving Monica and I alone. Sheesh, they can be like kids sometimes. Monica said it quietly. Yes, but they are enjoying themselves during all of this. I believe we could really learn something from them. I said it in response, Monica nodding. Yes, starting with me being truthful and you opening up, huh? I looked at her, smiling a little. Indeed, it's a start. Monica sighed as she picked up some of the dishes, and I followed suit. It didn't take very long for us to clean up, and once we were finished, we took our new gifts with us out of the kitchen. There were 2 cartoon characters fighting that was ringing out as we went. There were sounds of them! As we went to the living room. Oh. Right. Speak of... personally introduce you. Yeah, that's such a... Yeah, murder. That's such a good way to show love, huh? Fuck you too. Is it, the next day, or is it... I don't know. I shuffled slightly, wrapping my arms tightly around the pillow I was attached to. It's not a pillow, it's Sayori. I love weekends. I said it quietly, my eyes semi-opening up to look out a window. A small beam of light was dancing in the air. I love them too, Mr. Cal. My pillow tightens its grip on me. Uh-oh. Huh? I woke up a bit more, finally noticing the girl hugging my friend. I'm okay. Me when non-caffeinated facial expression. That's a weird way to phrase it, huh? Felt the warmth everywhere. Oh. I looked behind me and noticed Natsuki had fallen asleep with her head on my back. Very resting with her body up against mine as well. Well, that's one way a club spends its time together. I laughed a little to myself as I struggled back on this area, not really noticing Yuri and Natsuki's current. Oh, wait! I looked back at them, my smile only getting bigger as I came to. Yuri was partially on Natsuki's lap, my smile morphing into more of a smirk. I'll get them later for that. I sighed audibly as I finally settled back into a comfy position, smiling to myself. Monica? I opened one of my eyes again and there was Sarah looking at me with a tired expression. Do they go back to sleep? I'm gonna keep going for a little longer. Hi. I smiled a little wider. Hi. She tightened the hug again, her eyes closing. Is everyone still sleepy? I let out a muffled in response. Her eyes opened again rather quickly. Is it late? I really don't want to waste your day with just sleep. I laughed a little, doing my best to maintain my volume, not wanting to sleep. Coming from you? I sighed, trying to sit up a little. But to no avail against Sayori's iron grip of hugs and friendship. I agree, Sayori, but I really can't get up. Sayori let go to my displeasure. Please come back. Mine thought it before I could stop her, my arms hanging loosely. Ow! She sat up quickly, eyeing the pair behind me, trying not too much. My God. She smiled. Well, I guess you can't move then. I'll go make us breakfast. I reached up and grabbed her arm. Oh, wait, I whispered, freezing up. My lips closed tightly as she looked down at me with an instant gaze. What's wrong? I smiled. I can help you. You aren't that good of a cook, are you? She seemed a little annoyed, but she nodded. It is true, I'm not very good at that. I sighed as she got up. Try to get out. If you can't, it'll be fine. I looked back at the other two, whom were sleeping peacefully, my thoughts swarming with ideas. Sayori went to the kitchen, pulling out the eggs and toast. How do I do this? I scooted my way out from the trap of 2 bodies, Yuri settling onto Natsuki's lap. Natsuki's head slipped down on the couch cushion, and she let out a soft mumble of content. I stood up and stretched, popping my neck a little as I watched the pair doze on the couch. That was nice. I walked over towards the kitchen, the smell of eggs cooking and toasting catching my attention. And this is where our stopping point is going to be. I usually like to stop these, like... Yeah, there's just a... Wow, new person joined right at the end. That is unlucky. Anyway, I usually like to stop these streams, like... In terms of, like, stuff where there's, like... Like, with the club meetings episodes, it's easier, but... In terms of, like, stuff like Lost Ascension, I like to stop when it's like, a new day! Or... Basically, the plan with my streams is I usually go through an entire, like, fictional day in-game. And if that doesn't last long enough, I go through another one. Until I find, like, a stopping point. So, this is the stopping point. And I'll see you all next time for another episode of Club Meetings. And... probably enough time will have gone by that I won't sound insane. Next time on Club... it's okay. I don't want it spoiled anyway. Basically, next time on Club Meetings, fun. I get to escape the clutches of infamy once again. As a club is a club and MC is actually treated well, instead of everyone trying to kill him. So, you know, more poems, naturally segueing tips, fun. I can't wait. See you all next time for that.